Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a persuasive speech for you. I'm going to be explaining to you why HIT, high intensity interval training, is the most effective way to train whenever you're doing resistance training with weights. HIT is defined as a workout that is structured around warming up, working up to the weight that you're going to perform your working set with a maximal effort for one set to failure, with adequate rest in between your sets. To dumb that down for you, all that means is you warm up to the weight that you're going to work out with, and whenever you perform that set, you do as much as you can to failure, and that's all you do. Right? So you're only really doing 2 sets per body part. With this, what this does is it stimulates the body's growth mechanisms, such as insulin-like growth factor, aka IGF-1, and the boost of testosterone, but it's short enough that you're not overtrained and you're not overworked, beating your body into the dirt. Some examples of these principles in action is the 6-time Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates. The Mr. Olympia is the top contest in professional bodybuilding. That is the cream de la cream. Everyone wants to go to the Mr. Olympia and win. That means you made it in bodybuilding. This man trained 4 times weekly, 45-minute sessions, no more, no less, while his competitors were training 6 times, sometimes 7 times weekly, for 4 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at nighttime. Now, how could this man have grown and won the Mr. Olympia if he's only training for 45 minutes 4 days a week, right? What he's doing is giving his body adequate time to rest and grow. The 1977 Mr. Universe Mike Mentzer, also the first man to ever achieve the perfect score in bodybuilding, was in the gym no longer than 4 hours every single week. He was one of the first people in the industry to embrace the way of thinking that whenever intensity is increased, there must be a significant decrease in duration and increase in rest between sets. He realizes that you need to activate the growth mechanisms and get out. You activate the growth mechanisms, you get out, you go home, you rest, and you grow. These people were training 4 hours every single day. What are they doing? They're beating their body into the dirt, and they're not giving themselves adequate time to grow, right? A good analogy to use is the callus analogy. If I was to take sandpaper and rub it into the palm of my hand until it was to bleed, and then the very next day I go in and I rub it again, what happens? There's no scab. I continue to bleed. What if I was to rub it in the palm of my hand and give it 6 days rest? You look at your hand again and it's thick, callous skin. What have you done? You gave your body enough time to grow. You gave it adequate rest. And you look down and the skin is what? It's stronger, it's thicker than what it was before. You go in, you tear the muscle fiber, and then you go home and you rest and you grow. The way of thinking that more is better is not always the way to think, especially whenever you're thinking about training. A lot of people still go with the ideology that more is better because they are still going with the principles of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. That way of thinking is old. We're not machines. We're not designed to go all day as hard as we can, all the time, all week long. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot just beat your body into the dirt and not give it enough time to grow. With that, I'll leave you with this thought that we are human beings, not machines. Thank you guys for coming out, and that concludes the speech.